Yeah, I mean, it's rocking the markets, it's rocking the AI community. So first, just kind of straighten us out. Give us your perspective. You're certainly an expert on this through your work at the Goldman School of Public Policy, also your work with Alphabet and Microsoft. When we're talking about this AI race between China and the U.S., what does DeepSeek represent? The thought was that the U.S. had a significant lead, maybe 4 months, 6 months. Has that changed in your mind with this development?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the world has long looked to the United States to be the leader in artificial intelligence, but these recent model releases from China have demonstrated its ability to leapfrog and catch up with US tech giants and achieve groundbreaking results without the luxury of advanced hardware, which is ultimately challenging everything that we thought was necessary for innovation in the AI space. See, what DeepSeek represents is that AI innovation isn't necessarily driven by the companies with the largest pockets or the fanciest hardware, but that collaborative development approaches can actually end up providing market-leading technologies. So this AI race truly isn't just about US versus China. It's about which approach to developing AI is more effective at creating innovation. Is it the private closed source development that we've been following with companies like Microsoft, OpenAI, and Anthropic? Or is it open source development, which companies in America like Meta are taking that approach, which we've seen with DeepSeek? Another AI model coming out of China, which was also released around the same time as DeepSeek, is called K15. And what this model does is actually outperforms DeepSeek in many of its reasoning and mathematics benchmarks, and it offers unlimited free usage, which highlights that this collaborative development is not just a one-off success, but a new pattern that's going to shape the AI industry moving forward. And these US tech giants may need to adjust their strategy to keep up.
So, X, we just touched on it in the beginning, but I want to circle back to that. In your mind, is the U.S. still in the lead? Some people thought it was 6 months. I've heard some people say 4 months. Or is now just the idea of a lead, has that gone away in some sense, and now is it just more competitive?
I believe that it's more competitive because DeepSeek has open sourced its new innovative approaches to training AI models, which allowed them to achieve these remarkable results with less hardware. That means that these new approaches can be integrated by our AI tech giants. The question is, how quickly will they do so, and how will that impact the development of their products moving forward? Again, science, especially in technology and in AI development, is not a one-sided thing. It's a constant conversation, and China's voice has just gotten louder in the room.
Okay. We're going to talk a lot about valuations when it comes to AI-focused companies, specifically an OpenAI. Does this change the valuation in your mind of an OpenAI? The thought was before that they had a moat, but that moat was scale with their proprietary model. Does the idea of these open source models being so fast to get going, and if it's true, by the way, if it's true that it only costs $6 million to build, does that erase that moat? Does that diminish that moat that a lot of these U.S. companies have?
I don't believe that it erases or diminishes the moat as much as it maybe puts a little bit of fear in investors' minds and maybe makes them a little bit nervous about, oh no, America was so far ahead, can they catch up? Now, here's the thing about OpenAI in particular. They have been heavily focused on reasoning models, but also they just released their new product operator, which allows it to control a device, which we've seen in things like Copilot. Advances that we have not seen be open sourced on the Chinese market with either DeepSeek or K 1.5. And again, the advances that were brought out by both of these models can be incorporated in the current and future development techniques of American companies. And news reports around the internet this morning are showing that companies and leaders are looking at how to incorporate these innovations into their own unique proprietary technology. So if anything, I think that this will bolster the competition, make it more exciting, and we're going to see more new products developed as a result, not necessarily see OpenAI or Microsoft become irrelevant in their AI developments, but that they're going to be enhanced by this advancements.
X, we're almost out of time. I need a quick answer on this one, but I do want to ask you. You just said the word incorporate, not adopt, when we're talking about open source models. You worked at our U.S. tech giants, Alphabet and Microsoft. Could we see a similar development happen at our U.S. tech giants where they put out these open source models and try to take the same strategy that we've seen when it comes to DeepSeek?
I think that a lot of US companies already do put out open source models. They just aren't the topic of common conversation. Google has Gemma, for example. Amazon has different models. Meta has their own open models that they use as well. I think what we're going to see is a change in the training techniques that will allow us to accomplish more with less hardware. And given that we're already so far advanced and ahead with the amount and the type of hardware that we had, regaining that lead will be easy once we incorporate the more efficient development processes into our more advanced hardware moving forward.